All right. Hi. In this video, I want to go over how to make a training program in Grug Notes. So for any athletic endeavor or endurance training thing, or whatever you want to do, it can be short term, it can be long term. In this case, I am going to try and make myself a paddling schedule and workout schedule for the next, I don't know, 5 months, with the goal of doing Maui to Molokai in 2026. So again, this is Grug Notes, my note-taking app here. At the bottom right, what you want to look for is a little chat button. So we'll click that first. There's three AI models you can talk to. There's a speed model, which tends to be faster. There's what I call Grug model, which is currently ChatGPT 5.1. And you'll see this here. It says exceptional for athletic training plans. It's the one I feel works the best for this kind of use case. And then we have Gemini 3 under the Oracle tab, which is also excellent. I find that ChatGPT is a little more detailed when it comes to this kind of thing. So we're going to go with that for right now. It is slow, but it's good. You need the computer to think a bunch. So I will type in, actually, let's see if, I don't know if this audio thing will work. I want to train for Maui to Molokai oc1 race. It is on April 18th this year, I believe. Yeah, April 18th, 2026. Okay. Oh, it's going to be a janky video. And what else do I need to tell it? I'm going to type because that's easier. Well, let's just start with that, see what it asks. It will generally ask you a bunch of questions to get as much information as it can about you, and about what you are trying to accomplish. Of course, you should take some initiative to tell it everything you think that's relevant. It's like talking to a doctor. Explain everything, your current situation, available times, what you want to do. Anyway, so we'll go through. It's obviously asking us a bunch of questions, which we'll try to answer as best we can. I've been paddling oc1 for a long time, 20 to 28 years, 27 years. Let's just say 27 years. And I'm going to kind of skip over some of the questions, but I'll answer as best as I can. Have done the race 5 plus times, PR of 251, would like to do well. But I'm 40, have not raced since 2019, have not done a lot since then. Actually, I probably shouldn't say 27 years. I think it's more like 25 years. Current train load, how many days per week am I paddling? A whole 2 days a week. I'm paddling Saturday for 1.5 hours, Thursday for an hour. Mostly zone 2. Just getting back into a little bit of cross training the past month or two. Okay, I kind of mentioned I want to do well as I can. Anything you already know is a weakness, mostly that I have not trained recently or paddled or done much of anything. Where do you live? I live in paddle in Kaneohe or Kailua. I don't really. I'm gonna tell it not to worry about conditions. I have lots of downwind experience. Don't worry about conditions much. I just need help with the training schedule. And of course, it asks you how much time can you put in, what days. So I guess I'll give it all that. Ask about injuries. No, I'll tell it no injuries. I'm just old. Okay, and then my schedule, which I know nobody cares about, but you want to tell it everything you can. So Saturdays are my best day for long. I can't do anything. And then Thursday mornings are good too. 1 hour easy. 2.5 hours. 2 hours if I really needed to. And then I, of course, have no time the rest of the week. I can try to paddle Wednesday afternoon and maybe Friday. I also, Monday and Tuesdays, I have my daughter, and I have to take her to school and don't have much time to work, but Monday and Tuesday, I can fit a short run, like 20 to 30 minutes. Wow, at work. And then I'm going to make an attempt at doing some gym stuff. So I am going to try to take 2 days of CrossFit class. So Thursdays, 1 hour, and Friday. The Thursday class is more weights. Friday more goal. And I'm happy to trade those for more paddling time later in the as you think best. That makes sense. Cool. It's gonna be a long video. Okay. So Saturdays I can do long. Thursday mornings I can paddle. Thursdays I'm gonna try and do doubles. So I'll do the CrossFit Thursdays, and I can try and paddle Wednesday afternoons, and Sundays, I can do something easy, but ideally something I can do with my 4-year-old daughter. I can take her paddling or hiking. Okay, I think that covers my schedule. All right, let's see what that gives us. And again, so the models will do a bunch of thinking. You don't really need to read all this, but it's there if you are curious what it's thinking about. It can take, up to a minute to respond, and when it does this final generation, it can take like 5+ minutes. All right. There's a lot. I've got a lot to say. Okay. Let's kind of skim through this. You've got plenty of time and a ton of experience. Okay, so we got 20 weeks. Big picture, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. A few 3-hour paddles, that sounds reasonable. My key available days: Thursday AM paddle, Saturday do anything, possible paddles Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday jog, Thursday, Friday CrossFit, Sunday easy. Great. Okay. Okay, that's all. Sounds great. Okay, next steps. What does it say? Are you aiming to roughly get close to your old? Yes, sub 3 would be great. Ideally, as fast as I'm able. How willing are you to drop? Yes, I'm happy to swap out CrossFit. I don't feel strong right now, so I think it's a good your advice, Mr. Chat. Would you like to turn into a concrete calendar? Yes. 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 If you're doing something like this, it's always good to say yes. I want the full schedule. Schedule in my notes. Okay, let's see what it says. So there's something called I've named it the Big Brain Agent. It basically will, the gist of it is that I'm trying to pull in techniques and patterns that is sort of the whole world of software engineering and coding, people that write code are using, where you have this planning step, and then you execute on it, and you execute on this plan and generate a bunch of code and all of that. So this is sort of following the same pattern where you have this back and forth, you generate this like pretty detailed plan, and then we have an agent that will go and sort of generate the final schedule. And last, we actually do a verification step. So after we generate a whole long schedule, a third model, which is like Gemini 3, sort of one of the best top models right now, will sort of verify that, hey, is this all correct according to what the plan specified? And sometimes you actually see it make corrections. But I feel like it's like a pretty good workflow for something like this. And it's a good technique that is slightly better, I think, than just going directly to ChatGPT, because it'll kind of guide you through this process of coming up with a good plan, whereas ChatGPT just responds. And anyways, what is there's a lot more stuff here. Okay, basically it gave a much more detailed breakdown, specific hours per week, rebuild a base. It's a lot of stuff. Yes, as fast as I can go without blowing up. And December 2nd to January 12th, blah, 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 blah. All right, I'm just gonna, let's just trust it. Let's lock it in, as it says. All right, so you see this big brain thing popping up. If you scroll down, says some things. Expect this to take a while, so definitely leave your browser open. Don't try not to touch anything. It will. So right now, it's sort of analyzing all this. It's sort of summarizing and generating a plan from our discussion here. And then after about a minute, it'll start generating the individual workouts. So probably fast forward through this. And let's see. I probably should have asked it for specific zones. Oh, it does. It does. Okay, it says zone stuff. Like if you're used to having your workouts sort of written out in a certain way, or a certain format, you can definitely ask it to do that, and it will generally try and follow that. I like to keep things stupidly simple because I'm not, not out to win races. So sort of for me, I want the simplest thing that I'll actually do, which mainly is just like how long do I paddle and what else, what are the basics. But again, you can tune this, if you are trying to win the race or win Molokai Solo or do a marathon, you can, put whatever your mindset is into it, and hopefully it will sort of reflect on that and come out with a good program specifically made for you. Anyways, we'll let this sit. So it's generating all these days. All right, it's actually at the end. It'll say evaluating task progress. Do not do anything just until it actually finishes. So right now it's taking that Google Gemini 3 in this case and reviewing the whole plan to make sure it is up to par on what we specified, which says task completed. So that's all. So you can look through this, and of course individual apply buttons. For something like this, we don't really want to press those. We want to hit apply all. There's this destination thing here. It's going to put it into a note or a prompt, I call it. Name that. So it'll come up with a name. If you want to move it to somewhere else, you can hit move and move it to your workout prompt or whatever. Basically, it's a category that it falls under. And I'm going to hit apply all and see if this is the big test of whether or not this works or not. So if this doesn't work for me, I will make sure it works for you on the next before I post this video. But in general, I may actually try and move it, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so it did, yeah, it did my error thing, but let's just refresh and see what happens. Okay, so it is in there. I will make sure this works. But if we click on this, or if you were to move it to a different prompt, it'll actually redirect to that specific page. So I clicked on that Maui to Molokai training page, and now this, so there's a block for every single day, and that covers the entire schedule. It'll show up on your homepage, so you can load this on a phone. So every day, the notes for that day show up on the day of it. So you can just open the homepage and it's there. Okay, so let's go back and do a review of this. If you open the chat pane, that existing chat will be there. I'm going to close this. And one thing I want to go over specifically is what I would do to have a second set of eyes look this over. So I would actually start a new chat, kind of get a fresh context window, as we call it. Basically a fresh set of memories for the AI. And it can also, it'll be able to see the notes already on page. So keep that in mind. And again, I'm going to click on the Oracle model, which is Gemini 3, and just see what it says about our program. I'm also going to paste in all the information that I already told in the other chat, so that it sort of has the same background knowledge on what I'm doing here. So I'm going to say I'm training for m2m on April 18th, 26. What is it, 26 miles? I did it in 2019. My time was 2 51. I've done it 5 times or so, and then I'm going to paste in I'm just saying here's some other information, which is all the other information I told the other AI. And my last question is, what do you think of this schedule? Yeah, that's it. What do you think of this schedule? And again, like if you're investing a whole lot of time into training for something, like it's worth being patient with these LLMs. Like sort of the second half of this year, AI has gotten insanely good. And like you can't don't trust it for everything, but like it's good and worth you know, seeing what it says about your stuff. I think everyone can probably make some gains, sort of using this as a tool. And like it's you know, back in the day when my friends would train for stuff like this, it's like be reading books and then creating these insane spreadsheets or buying a program from a coach. And like by all means, like use that stuff and put that in here and see what it says about it and ask it how you can improve. Anyways, so let's see what this model says. This looks like a highly realistic and sustainable schedule for a 40-year-old athlete with family commitments. It respects your life constraints. Blah 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 blah. Since the detailed plan is reloaded into your notes, here's my evaluation on why it works. Sunday reset. Thursday, Friday, Saturday stack. Saturday is a big effort. It says 3 days of oh yeah, we trade CrossFit for paddling. Blah 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 blah. Says watch out for Thursday, Friday, Saturday combo. Basically, it tells me to take it easy if I can't handle. All right, it doesn't really have a whole lot of feedback though. Okay, so anyways, I guess we'll trust it. You can certainly, you know, again, ask it any kind of questions you want. You can switch models midway. For something important like this, then I would trust the OpenAI, the Grug model, and the Oracle model, which is OpenAI and Gemini currently. Anyways, ask me any questions if you have them. Thanks for watching. Bye.